Hey, what's going on, everybody? Fulcrum here, and I'm finally back with a new video. I know it's been a little while since my last one, so today, basically, I just wanted to kind of talk about what I've been up to over the summer, and also talk a little bit about the recent update that we just got in Halo Infinite. There's quite a few pretty big things included in there, so yeah, I just wanted to kind of fill everybody in on what I've been up to this summer, what's been going on, why I've been so busy. And then also, like I said, talk a little bit about the update today. So let's get right into it. All right, so getting started here, just talking about what I've been up to recently. So, about a month ago now, I went on a really nice vacation with the family, a week long vacation out to the beach. So, kind of like the week leading up to that. And then, of course, that week I was very busy with that whole trip. And then, upon getting back, pretty shortly after I returned from vacation, we kicked off our HRL season. We had a really nice 3-0 win. We have moved up into the highest bracket in HRL now. So we're in Masters slash the champion bracket. So that was huge. We had a really good 3-0 win in HRL. And also, I was able to attend HCS Atlanta for Championship Sunday. I wasn't completely planning on going, but a friend of mine had an extra ticket, and I was also able to crash at someone's Airbnb. So I just figured for that day trip, I went ahead and headed down to Atlanta, and it was awesome. I had a really good time. Got to meet legendary C4 and Only Use a Frag, who I play with pretty regularly. Definitely C4 more often. He's one of my main teammates. But got to meet them, which was awesome, and several other teammates that I played with for a long time. Also got to meet Josh from HCS Pro Talk and tons of other people. It was a really fun day. I'm really glad I chose to go down there and do that. And then recently, within the last couple of weeks, I've actually had jury duty, which is something that we do here in the United States. I've never had to do it before, but I ended up actually enjoying it more than I thought I would. It was super interesting, but yeah, I have been very busy this summer on top of, just working and grinding Halo. There's just not been quite enough time as I would like to make videos, but with all of my summer trips and all of that stuff out of the way, I'm excited to look forward and be able to get back into more video making. All right, so moving forward here, talking about this new update like I was talking about. One thing off the rip that I was pretty excited to see back with this update is the military police helmet here. Back in Halo Reach, I always kind of liked this helmet and I threw it on pretty often. From what I've heard, a lot of other people didn't like it so much, but I always enjoyed that helmet, so I was excited to see that one back. And just also this graphic is really good. 343 always makes pretty good graphics for these patch notes and stuff. So, but moving on to the patch notes themselves, the operation here is called Fleetcom. The event pass that will usually come with any of our major updates nowadays. So another pretty cool little graphic here on Waypoint. But moving forward into the meat of it, we've got an extended view of that first graphic, and then they kind of talk about the new mode here, which is VIP. It's actually very fun. I haven't played it a ton, but when I have, it's been pretty fun. I mean, it's just a really chill social playlist. So if you enjoyed VIP, definitely give that a shot. Like they say, it premiered back in Halo 3, and I enjoyed it back then. We do have Headhunter coming, and back in Halo Reach, I actually had a ton of fun playing Headhunter. So I'm excited to see that back and give that a shot. But kind of going through here, they talk a little bit about the Operation Pass itself. I won't spend too much time talking about that. Most of what I want to talk about here is like our sandbox updates and stuff like that. So starting off here with this little paragraph, they do talk about the Disruptor, which, as they mention here, the damage over time has returned. And I gotta say, I've always loved the Disruptor. It's one of my favorite guns in Infinite. I just think it's super cool. So I'm really happy to see that back. The pros in the Infinite community, some of them have actually GA'd that weapon now, but I'm excited to see that get a little bit of a buff and kind of be back where I feel like it should be. Also, this doesn't quite relate to ranked so much at the moment, but the Ravager has gotten a buff, and basically it works like the Brute Shot now. The Ravager Rebound does. So that's pretty cool. I honestly haven't gotten a chance to play around with that, but I'm excited to give that a shot whenever I do. Um, Moving forward here, this is where they're kind of talking about the Operation Pass, stuff like that. If you want to kind of pause the video here and read through some of this stuff, feel free to do that, but I just don't want to spend too much time on it. This is a new helmet here that they've introduced into the game. There was a helmet very similar to this in Reach, but it's an awesome helmet. I think it looks really good. And one cool thing about it is you can pick it up in the store or in the exchange for, I think it's 75,000 Spartan points, which sounds like a lot, but honestly, it really doesn't take that long to get to. As long as you're on grinding, you should be able to get there pretty quick. Relatively. But here they talk about Atlanta. That's where I was saying earlier. I was able to attend for Championship Sunday, had a great time. I didn't really take a ton of pictures, but I was just there, got to enjoy grand finals, and had an awesome time. Congrats to Space Station on the win. I'm, of course, hoping Optic will come back and win the next one, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, next one is Salt Lake City. So it's the SSG Home Major. So, of course, very excited for that. We've got the Open Series going on right now leading up to that. So, very exciting there. And then also, I'm not seeing it in here, but one of the major updates that we've got in Ranked right now is the Bandit. They've slowed the fire rate down just a little bit on the Bandit. So I've honestly really been enjoying that. There's a couple other changes just as far as maps go. Like off the top of my head, I can think Aquarius has gotten a change where OS is now back up to top mid and Thrust has replaced it down on P1. But the big kind of main change right now for Ranked is the fire rate slowdown on the Bandit. They slowed it down. I can't remember the exact number. It might have been like, I don't even want to guess, but they slowed it down slightly, and most people have been enjoying it. I really like it. You still obviously have that chance to turn and burn on people, but the pace of the game feels a lot better, and I'm just hitting all of my shots, honestly. It feels good. But here is that Ghost of Reach helmet like I was talking about earlier. Very cool little helmet. Just trying to see here if there's anything else that I want to cover. I think the main things that I talked about as far as ranked go were obviously the Bandit, the Disruptor being buffed again, and I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I'm forgetting. This is pretty cool. I like this. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording and look through anything else, see if I mixed anything. Oh, wait, here we go. Our sandbox update. Okay, so if I did miss anything, it will be in here. One very cool thing that they did introduce into Forge is you can cue campaign music and Jeff Steitzer's voice lines, which is just incredible, honestly. The stuff that they're able to do with Forge is really, really impressive. So there you can see the Disruptor there in all its glory. And yeah, here we go. They talk about it quite a bit more here. So the Dot is back. 8 shots to kill. You'll get 2 super combines. One thing that I did forget to mention is that the Dot now will no longer continuously cause descope. And we're back. Sorry, my mic kind of died out on me there. But continuing where I left off, there's that little video. I'm not going to watch that, but here is where they talk about the Bandit, and they do have the numbers here. Doesn't, really mean a ton to me, but that's all behind in the code. So yeah, they'll talk about it here. We wanted to address some feedback about the damage DPS and the effect on the overall pace of play. The main change is we slowed down the rounds per second to give players more time to react amidst combat instead of being quickly eliminated before they could react. And a lot of this has to do with team shotting. So previously you could get team shot and literally die in an instant. This gives you a little bit more of a second to actually register what's going on and react. Another thing that they did was an improvement to red reticle headshot accuracy. I can't say that I've noticed this a ton, but I mean it feels good. I've really been enjoying the Bandit, so I feel like that proves true as well. Again, they've got a little bit of a video here kind of talking about the fire rates, giving you a little bit more of a visual example. This, I actually didn't read a ton about the Sentinel Beam changes because they did unfortunately remove that from ranked pretty much entirely. Actually, entirely. Which I was bummed about when that happened. I really enjoyed the Sentinel Beam. I still do. But I don't want to spend too much time here because it isn't a ranked weapon. So if you guys want to pause here and kind of read about the Sentinel Beam, feel free to do that here. And then they talk about the Ravager Rebound as well, which I don't know why, but I have a weird feeling that the Ravager Rebound is going to be included into ranked at some point. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know why I have that feeling, but I don't know. I feel like they're going to try and include the Ravager Rebound into ranked at some time. Another thing that I again forgot to mention was the AR did get a slight buff, which I don't really feel like was necessary. The AR was already pretty powerful where it was at, but the AR has gotten a slight buff there, so. And again, Skewer, if you guys want to pause here, kind of read about that. They did do a little bit of a rocket change, but most of it doesn't really apply to ranked. For instance, the max reserve, nobody's ever going to have 8 in ranked. And then they did do another slight change to the damage. And rockets have been feeling good. I haven't really had any rockets full of feathers or anything like that recently, so that's nice, of course. Again, another change like they did for the Rockets, max reserve. It's not going to affect us in ranked, really. And then going forward, same thing for the Bulldog. So here they talk about the Brute Ravager. And if you guys do want to pause here and kind of read about this, feel free to. Right now, it's not a ranked weapon, but like I said, I don't know. I just have a weird feeling they're going to try and include that into ranked at some point. The rest of this kind of seems mostly like just the... I don't know what to call them, the upgraded versions of all these weapons, so most of that doesn't really apply too much to ranked. And then we do have grenade jumping now, which I haven't really been able to play around with a ton, honestly. But this is pretty big for Infinite. It's something that's been around in Halo for a really long time, so most people are pretty happy to see it back. Like I said, I haven't got a ton of time to kind of play around with that, but I was excited to see this back. I think it's a good thing and kind of just created some buzz in the community. I think people are pretty excited about it. But with that being said, I think that is going to be about it for today's video, everybody. Thank you all so much for sticking through here with me if you listened to all this. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know down below how you guys are feeling about this new update. How have you been doing in ranked? What's been going on with you? And again, thank you all so much for watching as always. Be sure to check back in for the next video. I hope you all have had a great summer. I definitely have, and we're looking forward now. So everybody have a great day. Thanks for sticking in with me, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.